Good afternoon. This is kind of a day 10 and 11 video. I had three really good questions and I wanted to hop in and answer those. First question I got was, how does this different from the paleo diet? So I did some real quick research, and the first thing I want to say is, remember, this isn't a diet. So this is not something to be sustained after 21 days. This is purely a detox. However, I would still look at it, it's like, what are the things you're allowed to eat on the paleo and not allowed to eat, and what are we eating, and that type of stuff. For the most part, this is very, very close to the paleo diet, with the exception of meats. Some of the meats, like the grass-produced meats that you can eat on the paleo diet, we're currently not eating. Eggs we're not currently eating. Peanuts we're not currently eating. So things that you can think of that somebody might have an allergic reaction to, those have been completely removed from our diet. After 21 days, when we start putting dairy back in, at least I'll put dairy back in, Dana won't, because she already knows she's lactose intolerant, and we add stuff in like nuts and shellfish and those things. If we have a negative reaction or just don't feel well, then those will be things we eliminate. But right now, this is just purely toxicity. It's not a diet. However, Dana's like, oh, do you want to try the paleo diet for 21 days? So stay tuned. We might do that. The second question I had was, we were thinking about, the person who sent me an email said that we're thinking about doing it. Did you see the packet on the Clean Program website? Yes, when we did. We looked at that, and it's $479 or $475 for a person. And that gives you basically a 21-day supply of everything you need outside of your lunch type of things. So that means you get, I think, 42 protein packets plus the supplements and that type of thing. We opted not to do that. I'm using the Vega protein powder as one of my items that I add into my own recipes. Now, with that said, I get all of our recipes out of or Dan and I get all the recipes out of the Clean Eats book. So instead of just taking a packet and putting in water or coconut milk and saying that's good for the day, which is what the Clean Program packets would do, we actually make our own smoothies for their morning and evening meal. Now, we do make sure that it's non-GMO, gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, and nut-free. So no matter what we put together, we make sure of that, and we take the recipe out of the Clean Eats. So if you use the Vega and you use the Clean Eats book for your recipes, then I don't see that you have to have the actual protein powders that the Clean Program has. For convenience, you can do theirs. The other thing is that they give you a supplement packet, and those supplement packets have some enzymes, antimicrobials, probiotics, and liver support. So basically the enzymes that make sure that you have the proper digestive enzymes in your stomach for nutrient absorption. The antimicrobials, these helps destroy undesirable bacteria, focus in yeast overgrowth. The probiotics to help restore the healthy flora within the gut. It's self-stabilizing, and the liver support is the antioxidants. What I did is I took the list of the items that were going to be in a clean package, and I went to GNC and married those up. So I will put down in the bottom in the comments, I will list each one of the supplements that I currently take to make up for what was in the clean packet. So recap, if you look at the things I've got in the down below from GNC, plus you make all of your recipes out of here, and you follow the guidelines within the Clean book, then I think that you can execute the Clean Program without actually paying the $475 for the package. Especially when we had two people doing this, that made it a whole lot easier for us. Instead of $950, we could just buy our stuff from Wegmans, and then we would Wegmans, GNC, and then we were good. The third question that was asked was, is this diet, how's this socially? This is something you can do outside of with others, I guess. husband, wife, or then also emotional. How does, because food's used a lot in the United States for emotional support, probably around the world too. I'll go back to the first point of this isn't a lifestyle diet. This is purely 21 days. It would be very difficult to do this diet if, for instance, you had, I don't know, corporate dinners the next 4 nights. You couldn't do the diet. I mean, you'd have to basically go there and say, I'm just drinking water. Dan and I did this together. I think this would have been very difficult if it had just been a single person who's doing it and their spouse is not doing it. I think that would be difficult. So if you're married or living with somebody and you can get the spouse to work with you, I think that's going to be the best way to do that. The emotional thing, that's kind of an interesting one, because we have noticed that there are certain times that we sit down and watch television about 8 o'clock at night that we normally have a snack. So this emotionally has not been too fulfilling, because at 8 o'clock I want a snack and I can't have that. Besides the caffeine headaches in the morning, getting over not having coffee or a latte is what I have. Having a latte at 7:30 each morning has been kind of tough. But once again, this is not a lifestyle change diet. This is only a detox of 21 days. So you would have to pick 21 days that you know that you don't have outside interferences, and doing it with a partner would be better. So if anybody else has any questions, drop it below and I will cover those in the next one. Thank you.